The Premier League is back. We got to go green. It's been a long time coming, and everyone has been expectant. Everyone wants to see their club playing sports again. There's been very many teams that have bolstered their squads. There's been a West Ham. I don't know. I've been looking to the coach of West Ham, trying to find out who is this coach that's recruiting all these players. But wow, I think West Ham is going to give very many teams a run for their money. Aston Villa has made recruitments. Man United has made recruitments. Chelsea, Chelsea, of course, has to make very many recruitments, of course. And then, of course, we have teams like Fulham, Emil Smith Rowe, very beautiful signing inside there. It's going to be a very nice season to watch. Well, welcome to yet another episode of Mr. Vamos Dissects. It's been, I don't know, it's been a very long time since we had something to do with sports, but we're finally here. Well, very many things to look up to in this season. There's going to be a very big fight. Man City is looking to I think it's looking to set the record straight about winning championships. Well, they've lost Julian Alvarez to Atletico Madrid, and then they've replaced him with Savio from Girona. It's going to be interesting to see how they line up and see how they defend their trophy. Arsenal, on the other hand, never underlooked them. Very beautiful pieces of football, nice passage of play and all. Man United under Ineos, of course, they'd be looking forward to get some spots coming in. They've offloaded very many players inside there trying to make space for new signings. But well, the agenda is very simple. The Premier League is back. As of course, Man United will be tussling it out with Fulham. We'll be seeing how the results will go inside there. But today, I just want to give you guys some interesting, not even analysis. It's going to be a very precise episode. There's going to be some games that I expect to be coming through as a green for very many teams. One of the games that I'm looking forward to is Ipswich taking on Liverpool. Well, Ipswich played, I think it played very beautiful football in the championship under McKenna, the former Man United assistant manager. And they racked up very many points inside there, of course, coming through with Leicester City and Southampton. They faced a Liverpool side, new manager. The Jurgen Klopp era is done, but I think this new manager has been cooking a lot of spots in the preseason. You've seen the resurgence of Diego Jota. You've seen a Luis Diaz cooking spots. You've seen a Trent Alexander-Arnold back playing football. You've seen, of course, Thiago left Liverpool the other time, retiring, and I think this Liverpool coach is going to be having something about him and the dynamics of football inside there. Well, when Liverpool takes on Ipswich, I think this is going to be a very easy prediction for me. I want to give you guys four predictions that I think will be straight for you. Ipswich taking on Liverpool, that's a must win for Liverpool. I don't even want to overthink things. Arsenal takes on Wolves. Well, I think Arsenal is business as usual, of course. Arsenal has been beating Wolves from ever since I can remember. I don't remember the last time Wolves beat Arsenal. Of course, they've released Emil Smith Rowe. They haven't really gotten a striker inside there, but we're still expecting a Kai Havertz that's going to be coming back from the Euros to be fired up. Gabriel Jesus, of course, Badman, Martin Odegaard, never leave, never sleep on the Badman. Bukayo Saka back from the final at the Euro 2024. I think these guys are going to cook Wolves hands down. Another game that will be interesting to watch will be maybe Brighton taking on Everton. I think this game ends in a stalemate. I'm not going to give it to you guys in my four games because it's going to be a tricky game. The biggest game of the weekend will be Chelsea taking on Man City. Well, this is the first game week of the season. I don't know how these guys even picked the balls to see how these two teams face each other. Well, Chelsea under new coach signed a bunch of players. Of course, they're buying players left, right, center. And Man City hasn't really bought very many players. I think the coach still wants to cook with some of the players that he had. But you know, the last season, these guys played to a stalemate, both home and away. One of the results going in a 4-4 draw and a 1-1 draw. So this means that all of these teams have a sting in them. Well, interesting to note, if these two sides face each other, I think both of these sides look like they will score a goal against each other. But I don't know. This is going to be a very tricky one to give you guys. But I think we'll at least have two goals inside this one. Well, of course, I'm waiting to see if the former Leicester manager will be able to cook spots at Chelsea because I think Chelsea is one of those clubs that buy very many players and they don't really match the expectations that we are probably looking at. And then another brilliant game that you guys ought to watch is West Ham versus Aston Villa. I think West Ham under Julian Lopetegui has bought a number of impressive signings. Of course, buying the main man Aaron Wan-Bissaka left me gutted because I think Spider must be one of the best right backs in the Premier League in Europe and everywhere. So they bought a Spider, they bought a Full Krieg. I guarantee you guys keep your eyes locked onto Full Krieg, the German hitman who was, I think he left Dortmund because they actually bought one of the top scorers in the German Bundesliga. But keep your eyes on that one. Aston Villa, on the other hand, has managed to bolster their midfield. Releasing, uh, releasing Luiz inside there, and they managed to bring Anonana from Everton. It's going to be interesting to watch. With Oli Watkins inside there, still looking to score a number of goals. This is going to be, I think, the second hottest fixture of the game week. And if you guys want to, maybe I think this game also has both teams scoring each other, because I think both of these teams have a bit of defensive frailties inside there. But that will be another interesting game for you guys to watch. And then I think we have teams like Brentford. We have, well, Newcastle is taking on Southampton. That's also a must win for you for Newcastle. I think Southampton is still going to be relishing their old moments in the Premier League where they are bagging very many points. But I think Newcastle this season will actually be hot. Take nothing away from the new skip that they've unleashed this season. But I think Bruno Guimaraes, Alexander Isak will be cooking a lot of spots. And of course, Callum Wilson is still injured, but you'd expect him to bag in a number of goals when he gets back. So in the 4 games that I'll give you guys that I'm most definitely expecting wins inside there without blinking, you get you a Newcastle Southampton. That's a Newcastle win. Arsenal Wolves, Arsenal win. No doubt about it. Liverpool Ipswich, that's an Ipswich win. And then Nottingham Forest takes on Bournemouth. I think this game will not really have very many goals inside there, but I think Nottingham Forest takes this one away. And then the last game that I'll give you guys is Leicester City taking on Spurs. Spurs has just finished acquiring a Dominic Solanke, who I think might be a very suitable replacement for Harry Kane. Dominic Solanke scored double figures last season. I think that Bournemouth side was very impressive the last season. And if I'm not mistaken, I think my inner gut tells me that Dominic Solanke scores a goal on his debut against Leicester City. Take nothing away from Leicester that almost bottled the championship last season, but I think Spurs under Postecoglou started well last season. I hope they rack up the points again this season when they are starting. So I expect Spurs to take this one away for me. Well, it's of course this first game week will not have a lot of buzz and what, but I just want to find out what you guys think about who you're rooting for to take the Premier League this season. But I think take nothing away from me supporting Man United, but I think the new Ineos Revolution looks like a thing of beauty, yeah. Because if we're to check the stat that Matthias de Ligt has won a trophy in every first campaign of every team that he has played. I don't want Man United fans to get carried away, but I don't want to say that this might just be their season, but I think this trophy will be in between, of course, Man City, Arsenal. I don't see Chelsea. I don't see Chelsea competing as usual. Man City, Arsenal, Man United, and then a West Ham in the top 4. I don't know what you guys think about who is going to be competing in the top 4, but it's going to be pretty impressive. I want you guys to tell me, I don't know who you think is going to be one of those signings that's going to impress, but I'm really hurt by the fact that Aaron Wan-Bissaka actually went to West Ham because of the Ineos movement. So I'd like you guys to share with me who you think will win the trophy, who you think will win that. And then, of course, the FPL. I think you guys, if you guys want to probably participate and see how maybe you can be a manager, because very many Ugandans like to analyze and maybe think they're managers of clubs. Just join an FPL group. Show us what you can do inside there. Aside from that, enjoy the game week. We go again. Vamos.